Damn it. 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 You know, for those of you who don't care about anything in this video other than a quote-unquote review, I'm gonna save you some time. There's really not much different here from any other Dark Souls game or reasonable facsimile. In fact, you can take my Bloodborne video, change the word echoes to souls, change the setting to a medieval one, and bam. Done. You may leave now. Okay, for the rest of you, I'm a big fan of the Souls games. I think I've brought that up like a dozen times. But when I say Souls games, I pretty much mean Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, and Bloodborne. I personally did not care for Dark Souls 2. I feel that game somehow had less soul in it than the others. Oh, shut up. So when I started Dark Souls 3, I wasn't sure whether I'd like it or not. And as it turns out, I don't dislike it as much as Dark Souls 2, but I still don't think it compares to the others. It's definitely not a bad game, it's just not my personal favorite. Moving on! For those of you who don't know about Dark Souls 3, or 1 or 2 or Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 is an extremely challenging game, in the same vein as Guitar Hero. It's actually a very apt comparison, stay with me here. The big difference here is that Dark Souls 3 is an action RPG instead of a rhythm game, but the principles are pretty much the same. Work your way through a bunch of warm-up trash, come across a strong enemy, like a crazy guitar solo, likely fail several times until you learn its pattern, then you'll defeat said enemy. See what I mean? As with any Souls game, you'll be swinging your sword, shooting your spells, or shooting your bow to kill enemies, making your way through levels until you reach a bonfire. Bonfires will act as a teleport between different bonfires, but also as rest points, refilling your limited health and mana potions. Unfortunately, they also reset all of the enemies you've killed other than bosses. Eventually, you'll make your way to one of the legendary Dark Souls bosses, like a giant knight, or a giant knight, or a tree. You know, if the Giving Tree was like this, a good savage logging would have been justified. Now, the part of Dark Souls that I always enjoyed the most was level design. Dark Souls 1 was a labyrinth with every area interconnected in awesome and unexpected ways. It was pretty much genius. The reason I think I dislike Dark Souls 2 is that the level design was more like branches of a tree. There were a few shortcuts here or there, but nothing like the original. Now, Bloodborne was a good combination of the two, and Dark Souls 3 basically seems to stick with that route. There are still shortcuts in interconnected areas, but they are connected to a hub world. And the hub world is where you'll level up your character, reinforce your equipment, and buy new stuff. Now, to level up your character, reinforce your equipment, and anything else, you'll need souls. And how do you gain souls? Kill everything! And to help you kill everything are other players. Dark Souls 3 continues the multiplayer design set up by its predecessors, and really does nothing to change it. Put down a summon sign onto the ground, and people can summon you to help them take on a level or a boss. To summon other people to your game, your character will need to have their ember restored. To do this, you'll either need to use an ember, defeat a boss, or help another player defeat their boss. And then there's the notes and bloodstains on the ground, which at this point are almost completely useless. Yes, they will sometimes help you see an upcoming ambush or trap, but I pretty much ignore them, because in its third official iteration, Dark Souls 3 is actually kind of predictable. See a doorway? There's likely an enemy waiting on the other side for you. See an empty room devoid of enemies? They're likely gonna jump you. Now, that doesn't mean you're not gonna die. You're gonna die, but usually it's because of some unforeseen consequence or a really overpowered enemy. And I think this is Dark Souls 3's biggest downfall. It isn't really trying to do anything new or surprising. Now, if you've never played a Souls game or you haven't played them as much as I have, Dark Souls 3 is likely going to be great. But considering Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, and Bloodborne are probably the 3 games I've played the most of in my entire life, the fact that I don't really feel the desire to play much more of Dark Souls 3, I think says a lot. Although that could just be the frustration talking. And that was Dark Souls 3. Honestly, for all the bitching I did, it's not that bad of a game. It's still better than 90% of everything else out there. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. I've also put another video for you to watch right up here. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter for some random thoughts. And if you really want to help out the channel, you can donate to me on Patreon like these other amazing people. I'd summon them to my world if you catch my drift. I could use help killing some bosses. That came off wrong.